Welcome back. Aurus is a gold-backed token which promises to bring a convenient and liquid form of gold. So with me is the Managing Director and CEO Guido van Stijn of Aurus. So welcome, Guido. It's great to talk to you today.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you for having me on the show.
So let's start with an overview of what Aurus is doing.
Of course, well, Aurus Technologies is a UK company with offices also in Amsterdam and in London. And we are a software company that provides tokenization as a service for the gold industry, for the commodity industry. And our current first product is an autonomous ecosystem that enables traditional gold market players to tokenize their gold. Each Aurus gold token that they generate is backed by actually physically 1 gram of redeemable physical gold in vaults all over the world.
How does the ecosystem work then, the Aurus ecosystem?
Well, the ecosystem is something very unique, and it lies at the heart of Aurus, because to be honest, there's nothing special about a gold-backed token or something. But Aurus creates something different that bridges the gap between the traditional gold market and the crypto world, and more importantly, access to the gold market that now can be achieved without the need for a broker. And this method, of course, lowers the barrier of entry for the public to invest in gold. So by digitally representing the traditional gold market, Aurus is the first project that created a self-sustaining ecosystem made up of gold providers, vaults, and distributors that work together to produce a semi-decentralized gold-backed currency. So these AWG tokens, they are sold at just a fraction above the gold price. And our processes are therefore super different than other gold-backed projects, because most gold-backed tokens out there have a centralized minting process. But I mean with that at some point they will hold the gold by themselves. Because we work with multiple locations, multiple providers and traders, we not only give them the best price that can obtain, but you're not limited to one location or one provider. Hence the highest form of security and global liquidity. The other thing I want to point out, because our ecosystem exists alongside our company Aurus Technologies, the ecosystem can actually outlive the company, and the gold-backed token will survive on as an asset, just as a gold bar would. And this is a unique approach to tokenization.
So what kind of problems does it solve? And then if I would be an investor, how do I know for sure that there is gold backing it up?
First of all, each Aurus gold token is traceable to the gold bar it was minted from, and also to its specific vault, for instance, in Singapore or Dubai or Zurich. And if you look at the use cases of a gold-backed token, there's a strong case in affordable, frictionless gold accumulation, for instance, or as a backup of a reserve currency for the normal man. If you look in Europe at gold accumulation, younger demographics also want to have access to investment-grade gold. They can do that via our simple app on a monthly basis and still have a network of worldwide global liquidity. So demographics is definitely important. If you look in other use cases, for instance, remittance and cross-border payments, we offer a super competitive pricing of 0.15% for a transaction compared to other established cross-border remittance services. So even going further to bigger investors, we can create hybrid ETFs, for instance, existing also from silver and platinum, where you can don't need the access to an exchange anymore. So there are multiple use cases for our ecosystem where other entities can also build products on.
Now you have a second coin, right? AWX. So explain that, and then how is that different from the first coin?
Of course. Well, for the self-sustaining ecosystem to exist, we have circulated a second hybrid utility token, Aurus Coin. This exists with a limited supply of only 30 million units, and it's deriving transactional fees from the usage of Aurus Gold AWG and all our future products. AWX offers investors the opportunity to buy into the future growth of Aurus and its technology. And as people around the world right now are trading AWG, 70% of all these fees are proportionally distributed across the holders of AWX and paid in gold, AWG. The remaining 30% of the generated fees is allocated towards the ecosystem operational cost and partners, 15% to the providers of the gold, for instance, a refinery, and 15% to the vault partners, for instance, Brinks. For the first time, market participants can generate a passive income stream on the bullion they are selling.
So now what is your take on the global economy? It's been quite a year this year. How do you think we come out of this? And then how does Aurus fit into that?
I believe we will have a very grim period ahead, Jane. And we haven't even recovered from the past financial crisis, where we already were hoovering in uncharted territories with regards to monetary policies. Mm-hmm. The current unprecedented measures are of course needed, but just as a decade ago, a lot of funds will be used wrongfully and will not end up with the people that need it the most. We will see higher inflation. We will see income inequality increase. In the end, the bill also needs to be paid, and this will be done via austerity measures being put on the middle class and lower class of society. How can we give the majority of these people the tools to fight things like inflation when they don't have access to traditional inflation-proof assets? And physical gold is often too expensive in big forms, has logistical issues, definitely now with COVID, and it has friction when moving it around. So by democratizing gold, Aurus gives a frictionless and liquid, non-governmental controlled reserve currency. A gold-backed token minted independently by a network of established partners and vault partners and providers around the world. Redeemable, tradable, and transferable instantly 24/7. Governments have controlled our money, and that has big control over us. Taking away this control by moving into an inflation-proof asset is a vote against this system of endless creation, poverty, and income inequality. If you think about it, it's time to realize this, and it's time to change this status quo.
No, I agree with you, and that's a huge issue. And I'm not sure how we actually get there, because it does take a certain amount of trust in digital currency, but it would definitely solve some of these big issues that we see with governments and fiat currency.
I think also likes of Bitcoin are playing an important role in this, and also Aurus with is linked to a more traditional asset can play definitely a role in this.
Yeah. Okay. So finally, next year, what are your goals for Aurus?
Well, at the moment, if I look at what the team here in Amsterdam and London have been doing for the past year, it's remarkable and incredibly proud of everybody. And we are growing and scaling very rapidly at the moment. And we have lined up multiple partners from almost every region in the world already, from within the gold industry, from within the payments industry, and they're being connected to the ecosystem as we speak. We are already listed on multiple exchanges, both our tokens, so Aurus Coin and Aurus Gold. And in 3 weeks' time, there will be one of the biggest linked to the ecosystem, and in January, even bigger than that again. So with all these partners, payment service providers lined up, and the exchange listings ahead, I see Aurus not only as a real challenger in the gold market in 2021, but actually also in the particular payments industry and remittance industry. I would say stay close and watch our social media and telegrams and keep up to date with our amazing developments.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming. And I guess we control what we can, and
That's true.
Let just kind of things unfold as they will. So thank you so much. Best of luck, and hope to see you in person soon.
Thank you so much, Jane. Same here. Thank you.